and welcome back to yet another Friday Night Magic tournament at Lost Legion Games and Comics in beautiful South Charleston, West Virginia. My name, as always, is Zachary Evans. I'm joined tonight by Jordan Petyo.
Heyo.
And we've got another Friday Night Magic standard tournament for you. Let's talk some business, Jordan. Let's look. 34 people, although I think that number goes up to 36 because I know there's at least one person who walked up to the pairings board and couldn't find their name, which means that they were not included in the tournament. So I think they'll add that to the last second there. So 36 people tonight, which is good. We had 40 even last week. 36 is definitely a new average that I can live with. So that means 5 rounds of standard tonight, followed by top 8, and we will broadcast every round that these guys see fit to play. Let's talk about our round 1 matchup. On the left, we've got Nick Reid playing, I believe, Jordan, this is your deck, right?
Yes, this is that's my personal
We've called it Bant Shenanigans because that's what you called it. And it is basically a Bant's control shell. Is that safe to say?
It's mid-range. It's straight creature mid-range with Biomancers.
Okay.
So that's...
And then Aaron Dailey is playing Naya Humans. He's played on the stream before. He's played Naya Humans on the stream before. And it is everything that you would expect as we see a turn 2 Farseek out of Nick. I believe, is that the promo Farseek?
Yes. Borrowed from Brandon Hart. Brandon Hart.
I may or may not have some promo Farseeks to give away. We'll talk about that later. I've also forgotten to start the clock because I don't know, I've had a rough day today. I don't know if you were here earlier, Jordan, when I was lamenting to the stream that about 4 o'clock I came here to set up. Running a little bit early, had everything. I've got the setup here down to a science. Yeah. Someday I'm going to record myself setting up all the equipment and then time-lapse it to show what goes on. But I got it down.
Hill music, right?
Then I went to adjust the camera to make sure it was showing the right playmat area. And then when opening XSplit, it reset all of my settings. So I had to all the graphics, all of the things like that, I had to make from scratch in the hour before FNM.
That sounds like good times.
Yeah, it's not, and there's no point in me whinging about that. We should more importantly talk about the match of Magic that's going on. So we see turn 3. We see Nick cast a Centaur Healer but miss a land drop, and then Aaron playing in is it a Elite Inquisitor? Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Which is pro a lot of things, vigilant,
yeah.
First strike, and then he plays in a Johnny, which is neat to see. So this isn't Naya Humans at all. This is just like...
It might be White Weenie.
Is it just White Weenie?
Unless he's like really bad on lands right now.
And then there's Leo Sky Knights.
Okay, I see what he's... I like his game here.
Mm-hmm. So he's detaining the Inquisitor, which means it can't attack or use its abilities until next turn. Detain is such a weirdly worded mechanic.
Well, there's also like multiple variations of it too. Like certain that's like detain a creature, detain this, and then there's this guy's one of the better ones because he can detain permanents.
Then there are also spells that like detain things functionally, but does not say detain.
Yeah.
So we see Mentor of the Meek. So this is just a White Weenie deck. All right, it's good to see. 2 decks that I guarantee you we will not see over the course of the next 4 rounds of Swiss. So Mentor of the Meek comes in. Aaron attempts to attack with it, then is reminded of the detain ability. So a Johnny's +1 is put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Does it do anything else?
He gives double strike, so he's like -3 or something. Gives flying double strike.
Let's look at it. It's been so infrequently played in standard since it's been legal. So the counter for 1, -3 gives it flying and double strike until end of turn.
The cats, man. I want to see cats.
It's like a very poor approximation of Elspeth Knight Errant, but it does cost 3, and it is legal in standard. So we've got a War Falcon with a counter on it. That's a 3/2 flyer. We've got an Elite Inquisitor with a counter on it, so that's a 3/3. Lots of text. Detention Sphere on the flying blocker, and swing in with the Sky Knight to kill a Johnny.
That sounds like the thing. And leaving up sweet, sweet charm mana.
So since this is your deck, what is the end game of the Bant Shenanigans?
Swing for a lot of damage, or sometimes you just attrition your opponent out, because you can gain, like the deck can typically get up to like 60 life, just through natural playing creatures and stuff, so you're not just a life gain deck, because, you know, Centaur Healer's fantastic, Restoration Angels on top of those.
Is that Simic Charm?
Yep, so he's going to Giant Growth it and kill the Elite Inquisitor, which, see, it also has stuff like that.
Things at instant speed are often good in the game of Magic. So we see Aaron follow up on this turn with a Syndic of Ties, which is an interesting choice here in these white weenie decks. I mean, it's perfectly good. It gives you some reach that you wouldn't normally have with just aggressive creatures, since you don't need the attack step to kill them with the Syndic, as it has Extort.
And I think we're going to see a Threat Test.
Well, that's much better, actually. Well, I don't know if it's much better.
Well, I don't know. Like, White Weenie has no way of dealing with that unless he plans Planar Clinic.
White Weenie, to be perfectly honest, has a hard time dealing with the Centaur Healer he just cast. It's just a swarm deck. We've seen Brandon Gibbs pilot blue-white aggro for months, and while it has blue for Geist, and he plays Leof Sky Knights as well, and Feeling of Dread. But he just wins by flooding the board with an attack on turns 3 and 4, and then
tap him down with Feeling of Dread.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It's a tempo. I didn't realize until just now that Boros Reckoner is technically a white card too. I think we all get lost in the fact that it's mostly a red card thematically. I should say. But when you're playing all planes, it's not that hard to cast.
What does he have? He has 8 in the air, which puts him down to 7? So then that's 2 turns, unless Aaron can do something really crazy, especially.
Well, it's going to be a 3-turn clock, because he can't kill him. It is 7, so it'd be 14 over 2 turns. Or no, wait, it's 8. It's 8. Yeah.
Or he's just going to serve in there, which I guess isn't too bad.
At 15, I think you get a little more. You could probably afford to get a little bit more aggressive with your attacks. Not having any idea what's in Aaron's deck is kind of difficult to figure out.
I feel he's also flooded.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Turn 6 Thalia much worse than turn 2 Thalia. I guess turn 2 Thalia is not even that great against this Bant deck because
most of get the charms in the 1-up Detention Sphere.
Oh, that's just a 1-up Detention Sphere?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk out there and tell Aaron about that. Hey, bud, you know you only had one of those in the deck, right? What's going on here? We're townshipping?
Yep.
Township's pretty strong.
Well, when it's 2 of the activated lands, like Moorland Haunt and Gavany, and they're fun times when they get to work right.
You're just playing one of each?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like you can't really afford to do much more since you have a relatively greedy mana base. I guess it's not that greedy. Does anything in your deck cost double specific mana? It's all gold.
Zagana costs 2 double specific.
Yeah, Zagana is very brutal on one's mana base.
Yeah.
Also brutal on Aaron's life total was the attack from Nick. So the first game in this round 1 matchup goes to Nick in his Bant deck. You know what that means. After the first game, I always like to take the time to thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics, and also remind myself every week that I need to make a new, much better graphic for this. I think this was the first thing I ever made when I started this stream ages ago. But we do want to thank the folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics. This is just one of 4 locations they have. South Charleston is where we're at tonight, but they also have stores in Princeton, Beckley, and Parkersburg. So if you're ever in the greater West Virginia region, make sure to check them out. 6:30 p.m. Eastern every Friday night, we broadcast FNM from this very location. So make sure to click that follow button above and to the left of the video window so you'll get a reminder every time we go live. And if you're watching live now, you obviously know where this Twitch stream is, but if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, come and check us out live sometime. Twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. Last week, Jordan, I asked you if you knew what our slogan was, so now I'm going to quiz you again.
It has something to do with FNM. Oh, if you can't make your FNM, make ours, right? Something like that.
Come watch ours. If you can't make your FNM, come watch ours. That is the service we provide. I have figured out over the course of many weeks. This, of course, is week... do you want to guess what week this is?
Above 20?
It is above 20.
23.
28. This is our 28th week of broadcast. 27 actual shows. We did miss 1 week. But there's one thing I've realized is that the majority of people who watch are either in time zones which allow them to have played in their FNM already, so they can watch, or they're unable to play in their FNM this week,
yeah,
or they do not live in a locale which has an easily accessible FNM.
Or they're lost looking for League of Legends tournaments.
Yes, or they have made a very unfortunate misclick. They were trying to watch something that wasn't suck, that didn't suck, that wasn't suck. I can't even properly self-denigrate our own stream. I stumble over that.
Well, that's like yesterday. I was watching a draft, just some random guys drafting on MTGO, and Tristan Gregerson, or whatever, the guy from Channel Fireball, he was just doing a random stream with a guy talking about cards for Cube, and I didn't care about Cube because I don't play it at all, but I was like, I haven't seen you on the internet for like 5 months or something like that. So I was like, thanks Twitch for randomly showing me that.
That is one thing I say all the time, so dedicated viewers are of course going to get tired of hearing it. But when I tell people to click the follow button and subscribe to our channel, it is not entirely a selfish request. It is a service that I use. So even if you're not following my stream, or our stream I should say, you should definitely make sure that you follow whatever channels that you're interested in, because if you do sign up for Twitch, you follow the channels that you enjoy, and then it will send you an email whenever they go live. So if SCG and Magic Pro Tour both use Twitch, so anytime they go live, if you forgot that there was a Grand Prix this weekend and you want to watch the coverage, or any of the Star City events, or some of the other pros that stream, or notable Magic online streamers, or other shop streams, not unlike our friends over at SouthFloridaMagic.com.
Whoa! I haven't seen that before.
That's new. I finally got those guys to come through with a solid graphic for me. But just the one thing that's not on here is their Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/SouthFloridaMagic, but you can go to their website for more information. They have more than just a stream. They actually have a full-on website with podcast videos, articles, and stuff like that. Every Tuesday night, or most Tuesday nights, they have a legacy stream that I watch with some degree of religious... no one. There's 4 guys that play Vintage, either in Manhattan or in Los Angeles.
No, I actually watched some of the videos. They're very good.
Yeah, I enjoy those guys, so we'll talk more about that later. What I was trying to say is I subscribe to them, so I'll be at my house doing whatever I do on a Tuesday, and I'll be like, hey, your phone just told you that South Florida Magic is live. Do you want to go watch them? Yes, I do.
And then you're like, bam.
Go find a TV. Go find my laptop, because the Twitch app is garbage. So
how do you feel like that?
It is garbage. They're wasting a lot of people's time.
Wait, what? I was asking about the play, but I'm sorry.
The play? Turn 1, Absence Pilgrim.
No, on the other side. He went
Turn
Falcon
1
before champion.
Well,
I was like...
well, the Falcon gets in for 2.
Okay.
I think if you did the math correctly, it would be fine. If you're not going to follow up, the Falcon is useless almost every turn other than 2. Yeah. The champion, however, will continue to get big. It also looks like he did not have another human to play, at which case the champion is almost useless.
Yeah.
But he does follow up with a turn 3 Blind Obedience.
Not the worst.
No, it's very good in a deck like this, because he's going... The key with Extort, I mean, you mostly see it in Limited, but the key with Extort is that you want things to be cheap.
Yeah.
You want your deck to top off at 3, 4 at the most. So every spell in his deck he's going to be able to likely, throughout the mid and late game, cast for its own value and then extort off of it as well. Yeah. And since his deck is usually putting on a lot of pressure, he's going to be able to get the better part of that race. I mean, they call it death by 1,000 cuts, but...
But I mean, it works, especially... Ooh.
This also works. Silverblade Paladin pumps the champion, likely pairing with the evasive Flyer.
I feel like Nick has a threat concept. I'm not saying that, because that's why I feel he did the play he did. But he also must have a charm.
He took a lot of damage off of his own lands there to start with. So piling in with a 2/2 champion and a 2/1 double striking War Falcon. With you've got both Simic and Azorius Charm open.
Yeah. So there's bounce.
Simic, does it bounce creatures you don't control, or
it's any creature? It's an unsummon.
It's an unsummon.
It's unsummon, giant growth, and hexproof.
Well, Azorius Charm is one we're all much more familiar with. That of course puts the War Falcon back on top, effectively fogging for a turn, keeping Nick's life total at a more manageable 10, as opposed to the 6. 10 minus 4 is 6, Jordan. I don't know if you were up to date on that. That is another
Did
service.
did they update that?
They
brought
updated
that out
that.
in the new version?
They eroded the math. It's Oracle. What's the Oracle text on basic edition? I am very tired, I've noticed this evening.
Should get one of them sody pops.
Well, I did miss some work earlier this week.
What is that? Ooh,
Due to
he's representing that Simic Charm. I like it. Actually, I don't know what he's doing.
Simic Charm wouldn't work there. It would still. Well, I mean, it would trade. It would trade, right?
No, it would kill.
Oh, because he has yet to repair. That is exactly correct. I don't think Aaron would ever block in that situation, but it is.
You'd be surprised though. Some people. He's also a 1, so that was a very good attack with Avacyn's Pilgrim.
Is that a? Well, no, it's 19. I'm a hot mess. Is that Precinct Captain? Mm-hmm. With an Extort. Extort, the worst mechanic for someone running their own live stream, where they're manually updating the live.
One.
What was it?
Oh, not. Ooh.
What are we doing here?
I have no clue. He might be drawing a card, or he's putting it on top. I don't. He's taking it.
That's very weird.
It is.
Did he possibly like not do it until after combat? Like he just made a mechanical mistake? And
no, he did it as soon as he attacked. I don't know what. Like I think maybe he could have tapped wrong because with your lands you might have another charm, and then you think, oh.
Yes. So is this Supreme Verdict? Do you run verdicts in the board or in the main?
1 main, 2 on the side.
So surely he has all of them in this matchup, right?
Yeah. Kaboom! And all the pilgrims and all the tanners.
It'd be interesting to see that the pilgrims still in the deck if you're bringing in more mass removal.
Yeah.
You played Farseeks as well, right?
Yes. It depends, because sometimes you just want a creature that can kind of actually sit there and delay the game because you don't have a lot of action before 4.
Right. Well, I mean, it does ramp. It's never wrong to play a mana elf. Fundamentally, we're seeing a situation now where unless Nick can untap and play a Thragtusk, his life total is dangerously close to just being extorted out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously he's drawing very live with both Thragtusk and Centaur healers in his deck. Is there a chance he has a Rock's Faithmender in his hand? Or am I making that up? I'm pretty sure he does have one. Did you run Tristani as well?
No. I think
there he is.
No, was it Urban Evolution?
Urban Evolution.
Draw 3, play an additional land.
Explorer plus Divination on the same card. That seems very desperate at this spot. Because he's just dead to so many cards right here. He's dead to an attack plus...
a Silverblade or any...
Or just to 2 1-drops.
Yeah.
2 1-drops plus Extort. He's dead to a Silverblade. He's dead to a Johnny. He's dead to 2 1-drops plus Extort.
Does this not just showcase the power of Extort?
I mean, Extort was... I think people didn't need to tune in to a random FNM stream out of a broom closet to figure out Extort was a good mechanic, but you are exactly right. It does show you how good...
So there we go.
How good a card like Blind Obedience can be. It's also really good in these aggressive decks. I mean, I know we've mostly seen it in the control shell, but it is very good in these aggressive decks in the sense that no one can ever profitably block because most of their blockers come in and untap a turn too late.
Yeah.
You are sacrificing your own aggression by playing it on turn 2 or whatnot, but
it's good to give reach.
If you play a 1-drop and then a solid 2, and then you play it on 3, it can be.
And here we go. That's really crucial that he did that, because then if they attacked, it was once again that situation where you're at a point where I just play a guard. And he doesn't even get to attack with the Falcon.
Yeah, even more important than that is now that the Warfalcon doesn't have a Knight or Soldier to buddy up with, it can no longer attack. So we're going to see him play Reckoner and Extort.
That's a thing.
Well, here's don't ever say that again, but it's like my number 1 pet peeve in terms of Magic jargon.
That is a card that does things. How about
that? It's a very good place to be in if you're Aaron right now, because, it's not like you needed us to prove to you that Boros Reckoner was worth its current level of hype. But it's basically unblockable at this point. You're going to have to wrath the board. You're going to have to bounce it. Or you're going to have to block it and then bounce with your, the best play, I guess, with Simic Charm is to block with your healer, bounce it before damage, replay your healer. But
with Blind Obedience, it makes it much more difficult to just play stuff. Ooh.
He's living on the razor's edge here. 4 mana for Rock's Faithmender. So
Restoration Angel, because he's going to...
But he can lose to an Extort. All Aaron has to do is play a spell.
Which is what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, now he loses to the attack. So, okay.
He gains 6.
Huh?
So he's got 7. So that's why I did it.
Yeah, I forgot about the Faithmender.
And can the Falcons even attack? Because Boris Reichner's not a soldier.
No, I forgot that he gained the life. Now they can.
Okay. So that's 5 this turn.
Yeah, 5 is enough. Like, we knew he had the guy in his hand, so...
But didn't he go up to 7? And then he gets extorted to 6?
Well, he went up to 7, but he was extorted off of the War Falcon. The turn started with Aaron playing War Falcon and extorting.
I didn't see the War Falcon. Mm-hmm. That's what it was.
So he did go up to 7. Then he lost 1 to the extort. Then Aaron replayed his dude.
I feel like Nick must have been in a situation that game where we had a bunch of charms but no action, and that's why he had to go through cycling and stuff. Sure. But also Aaron was in I don't know what Aaron's deck runs, but assuming it just runs guys that are fairly easy to get.
There's probably a significant number of magic cards in there. I imagine.
Would you say he would have lands?
Probably about 23 to 24 lands in there. The rest would either be a breakdown of creatures and spells.
Now, would you want Caracas in there? Is it good on the meta right now?
Actually, I wouldn't. It's highly illegal, but I also would not do it.
I mean, when someone on Barrow Rice or Grizzlebrand, you're like, hey, you want to pay all that life, I'm going to put it back in your hand.
It's a temporary solution to a long-term problem. So, we move on to Game 3 of this Round 1 matchup.
Do you want to answer this question?
Is there a question in the chat?
It's about the donated giveaways. I think Allie Browning's giveaways. I think that's what this guy is.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So thanks for mentioning that. Death Tortoise in the chat. Some clever hacker stuff going on there with 3s is E's, but I did figure it out. Yeah, so what he's talking about, really exciting next week. So we've been doing this stream, like I said, for about 6 months. And one of the earliest supporters of the stream, one of the early avid viewers, also hilarious chat participant, was Allie Browning, who is actually from Athens, Ohio, which is within driving distance of where we actually play. It's about 2 hours. That's where Ohio University is. And he's coming down next week and to visit the store, and as such has decided wanted to kick in some to make it a monumental evening. So at first, the question was how many rounds do we have, because I want to do a giveaway for each round. And I said, that's really cool. We have 5 rounds. And then the cards, I'll bring them up later, but the cards are not, they're not inconsequential.
There's a Master Biomancer involved, and that's the biggest deal you're ever going to get.
Hey, Max.
3 out of 3.
So we are now joined by Max Turner. So, yeah, so there's tons of cards that are pretty high quality. And I said, that's really awesome. I appreciate, first of all, I was like, you don't have to do this by any means. Feel free to, but I don't want you to feel like you're obligated to do that. But no, it was all in good spirits. And I said, well, why don't you let me replace one of the rounds of the giveaways, because these are all for the stream, with my own prize support, and then we'll do one of them for the people at the shop. I said, no, well, I can one better you. How about we just give away 5 more awesome cards to people in the shop? So what's going to happen is there's 5 cards that we're giving away, 1 each round to 2 people on the stream. That's going to be, now how that works exactly, I haven't exactly figured out. I don't know. Some of them will probably award to people in the chat who are actually watching that night. We'll probably have a couple that will go up on Facebook as, for people who, because not everyone can watch the stream live. Some of our most dedicated fans watch on YouTube after the fact. So we'll probably mix that up. And then also there'll be giveaways, 1 for each round, just door prizes for people in the tournament. So both the perfect opportunity if you enjoy free Chase Magic cards.
Who doesn't?
Dirty Communist, that's who.
Who doesn't enjoy M&M's Minis Bite-Sized Cookies?
Yeah, there is a Jordan has snuck in a box of M&M cookies here, which we'll talk about later, but But yeah, so I hope that explains a little bit. Once I figure out exactly how the giveaways will be done, I'll post it on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic.
That's like its mom deck.
But what
day is that FNM?
that is March 15th.
Nice.
That is next week.
Ooh.
Got a lot of stuff coming up this month.
I'm excited about the SCG.
That's coming up at the end of the month. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Let's go ahead and get into the match here. So we go to the rubber match.
Are we on humans versus...
Nick's on the play here. He's on Jordan. He's borrowing Jordan's Bant deck, which is basically I don't know. It's Bant good stuff with charms and life gain. That is a precinct captain. Aaron is on White Weenie. It's like no, he usually plays Naya humans, but he's just playing mono white. So he's got like all the usual stuff: War Falcons, Champions, Silver Blades,
I bet his mana is
and a Johnny's. So go ahead and read that if you don't know what it does there, Aaron.
Master Biomancer is awesome. But
oh, it's a 4-drop.
yeah, so Biomancer gives all them crazy creeps some nice power bonus.
We'll bring up Master Biomancer. If you haven't played with this card before, it does do ridiculous things. Every other creature that Nick casts is going to come in with +1/+1 counters equal to the Biomancer's power. So right now at a 2/4 base, every Arbor Elf he casts is going to be a 3/3.
Well, it's also funny because it shuts down a lot of the weenies. Like, they can't attack.
Yes.
Because 2/4 is bigger than...
You're exactly right, Jordan. Larger creatures are more difficult for the aggressive creatures to attack into.
I didn't know people... We were talking about math earlier. I figured we might brush up on combat math as well.
I had an insane turn 3 last game. I went turn 1, Pilgrim. Turn 2, Grizzly Salvage, playing another Pilgrim, and then turn 4, Unburial Rights Angel was running.
That's what they call living the dream. We'll talk a little bit more about your Junk Reanimator deck, I believe it is, a little bit after the round here.
I think Nick just kept the all Biomancer hand, which is actually a very fun hand.
So another champion of the parish?
Yes. So there's a Syndic of Ties, which pumps. It is a human, so it pumps the champions.
He's stuck on 2?
He's stuck on 2 lands. Nick has a Master Biomancer, a redundant copy of Master Biomancer.
So everybody gets +6 now?
Yes, and if he does the Restoration Angel crazy fun time, which I always want to do, you bounce the one Biomancer that came in first, the Angel gets 6 counters, then the other Biomancer comes in and gets 4 counters, and then you're just like winning, as Charlie Sheen would say.
To be perfectly honest, having one Biomancer active is pretty good enough as long as you have the right follow-ups. It is the kind of card that doesn't do anything by itself. It is not a very good creature. But if you build your deck correctly, Hellrider is perfectly fine.
Well, no,
4 power haste.
Well, I was gonna say like how some decks used to run it, where you would just run it as like kind of a creature pseudo enchantment.
Obedience?
Yes.
It is a blind obedience. I have yet to update the life totals at all. I'm bad at what I do. So the Biomancer that has counters on it swings in for 4. I believe it's a 4/6.
Yes. And I don't think there's a lot of profitable blocks on Aaron's side. Like, I would just take it.
Running that took an arrow to the knee has made it come back and chat.
What is it?
7/6 took an arrow to the knees.
Oh, is that in there?
Yes.
Is that the Skyrim meme, I believe?
Yes.
So there is a Fiend Hunter. It does come into play.
But this is where Charm would be awesome, and I think that might be what he's holding. Hey, Hexproof. You don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's saucy.
It is. There's no way you can...
Oh, he's extorting. That's what he was doing.
There's no way you can play...
Take a lot of changes after.
Come on, guys. There's no way you can play around a card like that at that point.
No, yeah.
You're way behind as it is. You finally found your 3rd land.
And Nick has, what, 6 or 7 mana sources now?
He's at 6. And I think he has a Gaffney that's on 9.
He does, in fact. And enough mana to activate it without having to tap his Pilgrim. So his Pilgrim effectively is a 2/2.
Having multiple Biomancers seems very mean.
Yeah, it's all of those things are very good. So at this point, every creature that comes in gets 6 counters. That's prior to any... So have some of this. All you can eat is what Aaron says.
Does the township blow him out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 power. The township does not blow him out.
What's the toughness on the Biomancer right now? 6?
6.
Yeah.
Was that another Cynic Charm?
I wish it was Restoration Angel. So
he's going to extort the Angel first. Then what is he actually blinking?
I think he's blinking the Absence Pilgrim, because now his Absence Pilgrim comes in with 6, and Angel has 6.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, it's one of those kind of things where when you see something happen like this, where you have multiple copies of Biomancer and you're playing against a deck that can't interact with it really, then I think it kind of gets out of control. I guess it's really going to struggle against like a Jund deck.
Yeah. Oh no.
But
definitely.
But yeah, I mean, if left unmolested, like the deck just has ridiculous capabilities.
I would hope no one would molest my deck. But
Seems to be said for people.
You know, when I chose that word, I thought, we're probably adult enough that we don't have to make a joke about it, because it is a proper term for it. What is it, Intrepid Hero? That's very interesting.
Well, that kills everything.
I wonder if that's a sideboard card. I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm glad to see play that.
Intrepid Heroes, some of the Flash decks used to play a copy in the sideboard, because it does answer things like Gristlebrand and Angel of Serenity. Of course, Intrepid Hero taps to kill target creature with power 4 or greater, which is every creature that Nick has. The problem is that it's still he's still facing down.
Original Biomancer there.
No. But he's still facing down like he's 7 power of Avacyn's Pilgrim and 9 power of Flying Angel.
Those champions aren't that big, are they? Like 4/4s?
They're I think one is a 4 and one is a 5, or one is a 4 and one is a 3. Let's be honest, I don't know.
We can speculate there.
I mean, here's the situation. I just say you attack out.
I attack with my Angel and I say, "Can you beat this Angel?" Jump out, take 9.
I mean, the Angel dies next turn.
Yes, but he's going to be at 5. Well, he continues to pump out goodies.
And he can't crack back. Oh, what is this?
Gavin.
Yep.
Yeah, he is Gavinying. Nick should be up to 16. No, he shouldn't. The Extort is not the same as Gavany Township, guys.
If only there was a land that was like, target player.
I will tell you this, Aaron's mana base, in terms of the specific various art of his lands, which I know is no mistake, because I don't think any of them match, which I think is his goal, but it's really driving me nuts.
Is he doing it on, so he is just like, troll.
He's doing it on, he's also choosing to use the Intrepid Hero on his turn, because that's the only way that you can guarantee no shenanigans.
Well, here's a funny interaction. If he names Mutant, everything that you play now is a Mutant.
Answer. When does he know that?
Ask him. Can you open the door and ask him what was named? Or, yeah.
Wait till
they pass the turn. Yeah. So is that the way the Master Biomancer is worded? Everything that's it becomes a mutant once it gets the. So that's a very interesting thematic, which also happens to be like a giant like linchpin of this.
Right.
Okay.
Ian, ask him what the writer's name. Wizard.
Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Because I almost thought he said lizard, and I was like, I
imagine that if he read Biomancer more carefully, but like I said, that's that kind of throwaway text at the bottom of every card like that says like, race from the dead target creature, it's now black zombie.
Yeah.
You don't think about that until the one time somebody plays Angel of Glory's Rise, and you just get completely blown out. People also forget Angel of Glory's Rise exiles all zombies. Because all you care about is it bringing back humans.
Which if they have a great betrayal.
Hmm?
Well, I mean, if he has a verdict, which I think, I don't know. I feel like that's what...
So we jumped here with a champion, right?
Yes.
What's the other creature type on Avacyn's Pilgrim? It's a human...
The Master's only at 3 power right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's not going to get intrepid.
Let's see what the other... It's a monk. It's a human monk.
Them dang old monks.
Yeah, he's actually an interesting spot there because if Nick had Gavinied, like now the Biomancer is... Yeah.
So now he kills the Pilgrim. How many times have you heard that? My Intrepid Hero killed a Pilgrim this week.
Well, this time I would not have done that on my turn because I would have waited, so if he's going to flash it, he has to choose to... Well, he's not going to bounce anything with his angel, I guess. But like, if you bounce in response, you at least make sure the angel doesn't get to attack the following turn, because he is only at 4 life.
Yeah.
But Nick obviously doesn't have an angel. I guess Aaron is
I
considering.
don't know. You might not even like.
Is Aaron considering piling in here?
Well, the riders have vigilance, so there's no reason not to if it's a pro.
But isn't it other humans?
So I think it's all humans.
All humans.
Let's go to the videotape.
They all have them.
So, but he can still block profitably because there's just no
Human creatures.
human creatures you control, not just the riders. So this one sideboarded intrepid hero is doing a lot of
He
work.
didn't block, did he?
Oh, you can't block. Gosh, I'm so bad at magic.
But
I
did
think.
he?
Okay, so now we just get. If he has a Cynic Charm, I think this is it.
Oh, no, I think, okay, he didn't block.
He can't block because
He went like this.
yeah, and
said,
Aaron pointed it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because once again, we figured out very late that you cannot.
Aaron's stealing this one away.
Well, theoretically, like Jordan says, if you can bounce the riders.
Oh, no, he has a verdict, I think. Yep.
That's fine
Sword.
too.
Yeah. So, and the thing is now he's in. Yeah, it's like the flip of last game.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, read that. Read that. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. Face reward and just enough mana to cast it. Instant. Return all permanents that went to your graveyard this turn back to the battlefield. So he gets back all of his dudes. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's played that before as like a tricky sideboard card against the sweeper decks. Never have I been more excited to see. Usually when you see face reward, you're a little bit upset because that means you're sitting across from an Eggs player in Modern and now have to spend the next 20 minutes watching them play Solitaire.
Yeah.
But
What does the
tonight,
stream have to say about this face reward?
I don't know. I'm sure they liked it a lot. Well, so the Tortoise is already calling it the highlight. I can't deny that. So congratulations to Aaron Dailey winning a game that looked unwinnable. Not just with that last play, but I mean two sideboard cards coming in very clutch for him. First the Intrepid Hero.
They're so like under the radar too. Like
No one's like, I better play around face reward here. I don't. You'd earn that if you put the face reward in your sideboard and you engineer the game to set up for that blowout. You deserve that one. So very fun.
I'm debating.
So let's talk for a second here, guys. Max, you mentioned it earlier. You're excited about this thing coming up. What is that thing? That, of course, is our Star City Games Invitational Qualifier here in the warm confines of Lost Legion Games and Comics in South Charleston, West Virginia. Here is your chance to come down and support the store. You watch us every week on the internets. Hop in that car, load up a car full of your buddies, come down here and win some cold, hard cash. That's on Saturday, March 30th, 2013. That's the year. I have no idea why I said the year. Registration starts at 11 a.m. and the tournament starts at 12 p.m. promptly. Registration fee is $25 and the format is standard. So what are we talking about? First place prize, $250 in cash. No store credit, no gift vouchers, just money in an envelope.
You get 2 invitations.
You get that's not correct. You get
one of the next 2, right?
No, you get an invitation to any of the Star City Games invitationals that are held in this calendar year.
Okay.
The one you were talking about was the one that you won last year. It was in the fourth quarter of the year already, so there are only 2 left.
Okay.
But there are 4 invitationals every year spread throughout the country, so you get to go to whichever one is more convenient for you.
You get 2 Star City Open points for winning, or 4 or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the point breaks down, but we'll talk about that here at the end. There's the prize payouts in terms of packs. Those, of course, are minimums. If there are more people, there will be additional stuff into the pool. Top 8 all get Open Series points, like Max said, so you can, if you don't earn the invitation, you can earn points to help you grind towards that invitation. An exclusive playmat and a top 8 pin, and we'll also be drawing 4 door prizes. The fine folks here at Lost Legion have kicked in some of their own money and providing additional prize support. So that would just be drawn for. It is not. It's I think it's the Stealer of Secrets or whatever it is. It's the one with the giant spider on it.
Okay.
yeah, I forget. Completely lost my train of thought. What I was going to say, but yeah, if you want some more information, there's how you can get to the store. You can go to LostLegionGames.com. I'm not actually sure if they have something up on their actual website, but you can go to their Facebook page, or you can go to our Facebook page. But more importantly, if you cannot physically make it all this way to West Virginia, we don't blame you, but you can watch all the coverage just like you're doing tonight. Twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. We will be broadcasting the entire event. My goal, as we've said all along, is to have 40 people in this store, and I don't see why we could not do that. What is happening? Oh no.
We're doing the robot.
Something is wrong with the camera. Let me adjust the camera settings and see if I can get it to work.
Too sexy for this camera.
Well, like I said, you may remember the whole part I said about how,
Awful this camera is?
no, how my computer reset itself. Remember how all my settings went away? Including not just the titles, but also all the settings for all the resolutions on all my cameras and everything else. So that seems to be working temporarily. And it doesn't look like we have too much delay, so it doesn't look like we're in a bad kung fu movie. Of course, my name is Zachary Evans. That's Max Turner. That's Jordan Petio. So if you are in this area, obviously we get a lot of viewers from Europe, a lot of viewers from places in the U.S. that can't physically make it, a lot of viewers from Canada, actually. West Virginia is conveniently located near nothing, really. I mean, it's a lovely place. I'm proud to be from here. It's a beautiful state, but it's just not near any major metro areas. We are close to
We're driving distance from Roanoke.
Yeah.
Columbus.
Mm-hmm. Still working. Well, you can get. Actually, there's a lot of places that are close. You can get to.
Because, when you come to West Virginia, you're not coming to West Virginia. You're coming because you can drive to other places from there.
No, I'm trying to. Here's what I'm trying to say is that you can come from. It's like about 3 hours drive from the following places, which is Roanoke, Blacksburg, Lexington, Cincinnati, Louisville, Columbus, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. We're pushing a little bit with the Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Morgantown as well. All those places. Not Hawaii.
Richmond's like 4 hours, right?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is
a straight shot up.
a smooth 6 hours.
I'll interstate though.
But regardless of all those, all joking aside, it is a perfect opportunity. And I apologize I'm trying to fix this camera, guys. Like I said, I've had some monumental technical problems today.
Think we should upgrade you from your ThinkPad?
Huh? It has nothing to do with the ThinkPad. It has to do with XSplit. Like crapping
Maybe the
itself.
update just kind of overloaded it.
But it didn't update. I refused the update.
Now they're gonna come for you.
Repacked? Oh yeah, we
Yeah, too many people.
I'll get up and let you know.
Aaron, you've earned yourself another highlight. That was the greatest face reward that we've ever seen.
I just last minute decided to put that in my sideboard.
Oh, of course.
Because I got blown out by
Go
many times.
tell Nick Reid about that.
That was great.
That's the ultimate rub-ins. Oh, I only had one of those in the deck.
Well, it was the last thing I sided in. I'm sitting there shuffling after I sideboard. I'm like, wait, he's got verdicts. Why don't I side both of them in?
It is the perfect answer to various sweepers.
Well, I was considering casting a few other things, but then I needed to leave the floor open because I knew the verdict was coming. But
Jordan.
Excellent.
I feel pretty good about it.
All right, bud.
Bye, guys.
Oh, sorry. I'll trade in just a second.
Okay.
All right, so you got some other stuff going on, or? But anyway, so now it seems to be working relatively fine, and I'll get all that stuff squared away over the next coming week. I apologize for that. But just to wrap up about the Star City thing, like if you're if your area, there's at least one guy, a guy's watched the stream a lot. His name is Vinny. He lives in Columbus.
Listen.
I don't know what you're doing. You gotta add to the stream, not take away from it. But so there's a guy, one of the guys in Columbus named Vinny. He watches the stream all the time. He's within driving distance. He's like, I'm going to, we've let you guys know well in advance. So we think we started advertising this about 6 weeks ago, or 6 weeks before the event. So he's going to come down for that over the weekend. If you're in that, we've got a friend that we met through the stream who's in Western Virginia, not West Virginia, but down there in that way. He's going to come up. So this is a perfect opportunity, and more than anything, more than just selfish reasons for trying to pack the store and things like that. The reason I'm pushing it so hard is this is a great opportunity to support the store. Obviously, the stream is fun. We do this, just for giggles and whatnot. This is not like a money-making venture, but we do want to make sure, if at all possible, that the store benefits from the stream.
And it's also fun to meet some of these people that are on
It's
here.
tons of fun.
A lot of people would really care about the Star City Opens and the Invitationals. This is a good opportunity.
Yeah, so that's another thing. It's an excellent point you make, Max. It's not like you're just coming here to donate money and spend a Saturday hanging out with us randoms. Like if you qualify for the invitation, first of all, you win $250. Like that's $225 profit, which is not an inconsequential amount of money. But then, there's tons. I mean, it's a very lucrative tournament. But then also, if you qualify for the event, the overlay on a Star City Invitational is massive. Like it's if you want to talk about EV, and stuff like that, it is the kind of tournament.
Format too.
Yeah, it's legacy and standard, split across 2 days. But they pay down to something like, I don't know. It's very lucrative, and it's an invitational, so it's not like it's a 600-person field.
I'll let you
Too many people. But we've got, but it's very lucrative. The winner gets $10,000, but then the payouts is also pretty good. So you can parlay your $25 and a fun time hanging out here at our store into possibly $10K. A couple weeks ago we were talking about it, and Brandon Hodge, who was commentating that night, was very belligerently insisting that just saying that you live in Europe is not a good enough excuse. You should go ahead and come down because, as he said, you come, you pay $25, you win, you get qualified. Then you go to the Star City event, you win that one, that's $10K. Now your margin is you're making $8,000 on that trip.
Think of all the American women you've met, or men, depending on your interests. These are all...
We do have Craigslist.
For 50% stabbings, 50% actual happy endings.
Craigslist is international, isn't it?
I don't know, that seems like one of those
we can do that, confirm in the chat. I know we've at least got one Australian viewer, one Portuguese viewer, one Swedish viewer. So if you could confirm if Craigslist exists in overseas locales.
If anything, if they don't have Craigslist, they have better versions.
Jurgen's list, or Raphael's list, or Australian list would be the same as us. Actually, it would be some kind of truncated nickname.
Wouldn't it be like
Baz's
list?
Baz's list. Go to Macca's, have some brekkie. Ding, 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 ding. So,
in Australia?
Never. That's a very expensive ticket to buy. Were you not here last week? I was talking about how, this is a way off topic, but the year that I quit my previous job, which was working offshore on oil rigs, I was living in northwestern Australia, and I knew I was quitting, and they give you X amount of dollars to spend on vacation for the year, and it's based on where you live, and where your country of origin is, and where you're working. So obviously, Australia, west coast of Australia to Huntington, West Virginia, is literally opposite sides of the world. So my vacation allowance was $10,000, and that wasn't just money in hand. It was, thanks, JB. It wasn't just cash in hand. It was just money you could spend on travel. And I knew I was quitting that summer. I knew I was only going to go home one time. So I bought a first class all the way from Perth, Australia to Charleston. And that ticket, it was just under $10,000. It's not like every ticket costs $10,000. It's a good $2,000 or more to get there. Oh, it was very nice.
Was it?
When you spend, surprise move. When you spend $10,000 on a plane ticket, it's really good.
Is it all you can eat and drink?
Everything I do is all I can eat and drink.
Oh!
Got him. All right, so we moved to round 2 here. Max, you are playing table 8 against Drew Sure.
Good luck, sir.
I like that guy.
What are you playing tonight, Max?
Reanimator.
You all just play out there. It's just easier that way.
Yes, sir.
Because you need to go settle some trades with Dave?
Oh, no.
Okay.
He's playing in the event, too.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah. Dave Brown is
I'm
playing.
hoping that Max is playing the Humaninator that Suchin Quo was playing.
No, he's not playing Combo Humaninator. He's just playing Junk Reanimator.
Oh, okay.
It's just a very standard...
Like Grizzly Salvages,
yes,
like that.
It is.
That's actually very...
The deck is super good, and like you heard him talk about earlier, he did apparently in Game 1 have a turn 3 nut combo with Reanimating the Angel off of Grizzly Salvage.
What I've heard from a lot of people who have sometimes people sneak in a Reanimator deck in here every couple of weeks and they'll be like, no one packs Graveyard Hate.
Yeah.
You just
and there's metagames like that in every format. Not modern right now doesn't have a lot of Graveyard Hate, and Legacy is notorious for having these cycles of there's a point where dredge is the best thing you can be doing because people haven't dedicated those 4 or 5 sideboard slots to it, and then some weeks you show up and you could never win a game with dredge.
Well, I mean, not to get super off topic, but did you